Hey guys, my name's Caspian. Welcome to my Brickphone videos and my Brickphone YouTube channel, where every video I film is made with my Brickphone. As most of you guys know, I am against smartphones and social media, and here are 10 things that you should never do with your smartphone. 1. Doom scroll. You know how it ends. You open Instagram, you open Reddit because you're bored, maybe out of habit, maybe you're trying to open another app and your finger just scarily landed on that social media app because you've built a habit out of it, and sooner or later 5 minutes go by, 30 minutes, 2 hours, and you've been doom scrolling. You're just wasting your time, making yourself tired and anxious and hurting your eyes. Don't doom scroll. Number 2, checking your phone when you first wake up. I'm surprised that a lot of people do this. Some people have their wake up alarm on their phone. This is risky, okay? Because it means when you wake up and switch off your alarm, the first thing you're going to do is check through your apps. Check whatever you missed when you were asleep, as if you missed anything when you were asleep, right? The first thing you should do when you wake up is thank the Lord that you're alive and dedicate the day to Him. 3, looking at the news. We've all been there. We've all been, swiping across our phone. We've swiped too far, and all of a sudden we're in the news channel and we're filled with all these different stories about how the world's ending, blah blah blah. Or it's specific news items that have been targeted at us because Google sucks up all our data like a sponge. It captures everything that we do. Google listens to us, your smartphones listen to you. I might do a video about that in future. But basically all this content is, it's not actually what everyone else is getting. All the news items are tailored to you specifically, because the more clicks that these websites get, the more money they make. That's it. And it's just, a lot of the time, the news is just there to draw your attention and to take your attention away from more important things. Number 4, using your phone as a mirror. Okay, but most people have a mirror, right? I mean, I can understand if you're out somewhere and you just need to quickly check how you look and stuff. But the problem with using your phone as a mirror is we use our phone for a lot of other things, including, say, if you're a social media user, you'll be seeing selfies that other people post, manufactured pictures, airbrushed photos, and things that people who aren't real, right? And your phone camera is only a virtual representation of who you are. So you'll be looking through the same window that you look at all these other fake lives, and you'll feel discontent, and you'll feel insecure about your body image. Trust me, you're already beautiful. Number 5, automatically go to Google when you have a problem or when you're feeling stuck. Look, there's nothing wrong with using the internet for help when we're stuck with things, because of course there's so much knowledge and information out there, and we shouldn't be wasting our time doing things without knowing what we're doing. But Google has really softened our generation, right? We feel like we can't do anything. We feel like we can't make mistakes because, of course, Google has the answer to everything. We just trust the internet with everything, right? It's true. Most of the people in my generation were growing up saying, don't trust everything you read on the internet. But still, nowadays, the standard is all of a sudden we have to ask the internet, check the internet if it's true, right? It's flipped. Now it is, we can't trust that anything's true without asking Google first. And I think this is not really very helpful because, well, while Google is helpful and it's a tremendous tool, it's affecting our resilience as a whole. We can no longer go through the process of figuring things out and solving problems. We don't have that confidence anymore. And all of a sudden without Google we feel like we can't do anything. We have no confidence at all, which is not great. Number 6, looking at porn. Looking at porn is probably the worst thing you can do. Not only is it extremely addictive and detrimental to your mental, physical and spiritual and emotional health, it's an evil industry that abuses women and objectifies women. And by looking at porn, you're destroying the circuitry in your brain. Crack cocaine does the same thing as porn. You're also degrading your own sexuality by having sex with your phone. Think about it. Your phone is not a person. Make love with your wife, not your phone or an airbrushed photo. Number 7, leaving your phone under your pillow. I'm surprised with how many people who do this. If you're leaving your phone under your pillow, firstly, that's not good for you. I've heard different things about like phone radiation and things like that, because your phone's connected to the internet, so unless it's in flight mode, you're actually doing physical damage to your head and your body. But also you're saying that you can't fall asleep without your phone. You're actually addicted to your phone. You have an unhealthy relationship with your phone if you're taking it to bed. Think about it. There's been a bit of a pattern here, right? Okay, the first thing is checking your phone when you first wake up. We said that earlier. Shouldn't you be like saying good morning to your partner or giving the day to God when you first wake up? And here's the next thing, right? Using your phone as a mirror. Shouldn't you just ask someone else, hey, how do I look? Or even using Google when you're stuck. We talked about that. Right, can't you just ask someone else for help, right? And then looking at porn as well, we talked about that. These are things that our phone is not meant to do for us, right? If we want, we're supposed to have other people do all these things. Not looking at porn, of course, but I mean, you should be having a healthy relationship with a significant other instead of using your phone for all these things. And the same goes with leaving it under your pillow. You are not dependent on your phone. Well, if you are, you really need to stop. Number 8 is arguing with someone. Right? It's impossible to read the other person's expression when you're just texting over WhatsApp or Messenger or writing a Facebook comment. Right? You can't actually see the other person. You can't predict how they're going to react. And all of a sudden, when you're writing a text message, your filter goes away. Right? You can say anything else, anything you want, without thinking about the consequences, because you're not actually there in person. And this is why so many people cyberbully, because it's easy to cyberbully and get away with it. If you're arguing over text message, you will say many things that you regret, and also it'll stress you out because you'll be checking your phone every 3 or 4 minutes to see if probably more often, every 10-20 seconds, to see if that person has responded to your argument. And it's just going to take so much energy out of your life. It's going to feel so toxic, and it's going to be so draining. So don't argue with people over the phone, over text. Number 9 is leaving your phone on the table in front of you when you're talking to someone else or at a social gathering, right? I see it a lot, right? It's just everyone does it, right? They get their phone, they put it sort of face down on the table, and they're having lunch with someone, right? And then when their phone buzzes, they just check their phone, the message, right? That all of a sudden, that interaction with that person, you're saying, my phone is more important. If something happens on my phone, I'm going to check it. You might as well not be talking to that person, right? And it's the same thing. When you're having a conversation with someone else and their phone starts ringing, you should just, unless that phone call is really urgent, you should hang up the call instead of saying, sorry, I've got to take this. Because whenever you say that, you're saying, this phone call is more important than you at the moment, right? This is more worthy of my attention than this conversation with you. And that's just a really, if you've ever been in that situation, it just feels so unfair, like you're not worth that person's time. And the same goes for leaving your phone on your desk while you're working. There's going to be buzzers, distractions, notifications, right? And you're just going to keep checking it. And it's going to distract from your work. You'll never enter a state of deep work. You'll just be interrupted work all day long. And finally, number 10 is staying up late on your phone. I think we've all been there, right? Where, we could be doing any of the 10 things we've talked about, any of the other 9 things, say doom scrolling, for example, and we're just about to go to bed, and we get a notification, so we check that. All of a sudden, that's another 5 or 10 minutes gone, and we're going to go to bed again, and then, we just feel like opening Reddit again, or TikTok again, whatever people are using these days. And it's delaying our sleep. You're actually procrastinating on sleep, and sleep is so important for us. We need sleep to function. If we ever want to function the next day, we've got to sleep, right? We don't want a phone hangover in the morning because we've lost 3 or 4 hours of quality sleep. We've given it to our mobile devices. So don't stay up late on your phone. Alright, hope you learnt something from these 10 things that you should never do with your smartphone. And really consider getting a brick phone, as I'll talk about over and over again on the channel. Alright, thanks guys. Till next time, stay safe and stay sane.